If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, check the referral link in the description down below. It'll take you to G2A, and you can use the code CHES at checkout for an extra discount. Also, to play FIFA and other games for real money, check the link in the description to gamersaloon.com. Sign up for free over there and go and win yourself some cash. Hey guys, how's it going? Cheers back again and welcome to episode number 33 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 16. This is going to be a live commentary of the European Super Cup final. As you can see, we've got Monaco in a couple of days' time. Before that though, there's a rather important thing to do. You guys voted in the comment section of the previous video as to what to do with these three transfer decisions. We had to make a decision between which centre-back we wanted, Mats Hummels or Raphael Varane. The Hummels deal involved Gary Cahill going the other way, whereas Raphael Varane was just cash. And the most popular decision was to sign the man from Real Madrid. So we'll be signing Raphael Varane, and also we had to decide whether or not to sign Gareth Bale, and it was a resounding yes to the Gareth Bale bid. There was also a decision as to whether or not to sell on Oscar. Now, it was quite split in the comment section, actually. We're accepting this Varane deal, and we will reject the one for Mats Hummels. It was quite split in the comment section, so I'm going to not accept the deal that we've got, basically, right now from Atletico Madrid. Oh, I think the offer's still there. It may actually have gone already. They may have pulled out. So we'll have a quick look at the transfer negotiations. Here we go. We have received the transfer offer. I've accepted the one for all. They've accepted my counter offer for 20 million for Salah. So you guys said don't sell Oscar. And some were saying sell, some were saying don't sell. It was kind of split 50-50. And a few more were saying don't necessarily accept this one, but counter offer you know, a massive amount of money. So I'm still undecided as what to do with Oscar, to be completely honest. I'll put a straw poll in the description down below, and it will have three options. It'll have sell for 34.5, keep, or counter offer £50 million. And then I will go with what the decision is on that particular straw poll. So that will be in the description down below. But we have two new players right now that we can throw straight into the starting lineup for this game against Monaco in the European Super Cup. So player sold. Mohamed Salah has gone to Marseille. Real Madrid say no further talks with Benzema. That's fine. And Messi has continued to turn down any contract offers. We expected that anyway. As it stands, everybody's a little bit tired from the game against West Ham at the weekend, but I'm still probably going to start the majority of my my first team players. However, obviously, we are now going to throw a certain Gareth Bale on the right-hand side of midfield, and we will also throw Raphael Varane into the starting lineup for Gary Cahill, actually, instead. And I think I'll leave it as that for now. We'll put Cuadrado on the bench. But I think I'm quite happy with the starting lineup. Everyone's a little bit tired, but they should be okay. I mean, this will probably come back to bite me, but it is quote-unquote only Monaco. So we'll see how this goes. This, like I say, will obviously be a live commentary. So drop the video a like if you enjoy. And, of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Check all the links in the description. We've got a new sponsor, Gamer Saloon, for the month of November. Obviously, I've just set up the No Identity clothing range as well. So follow the link to that in the description and check that out. And there's links to that Twitter and my Twitter in the description as well. But let's have the self-promotion again. You will find me promoting the No Identity clothing thing a little bit more so than I do promote other stuff over the next few weeks or so, as I'm trying to get the brand off the floor. But I will try not to do it so much so that it becomes incredibly frustrating for you. But anyway, let's jump into this game against Monaco then with our two new signings and see if we can get ourselves a victory. Cesc, there's loads of space for Bale on this right hand side. I'll play it in front of him. He should be quick enough to get there, and is. We'll turn inside with him as well, draw that defender, and then lay it inside to Cesc Fabregas. Oh, well held by Subasic. Really good save. Nice work by Bale down that right hand side. I am going to try and utilise him as much as I can in this in his opening few games or so, just to try and get a feel of how he plays. Whenever I've played against him on Ultimate Team, he always absolutely destroys me for whoever's using him. I've never been able to defend against Gareth Bale. So I'm hoping the CPU won't be able to defend against me with him now that we've got him here at Chelsea in career mode. But time will tell. He is one of the most all-rounded players on the game. Obviously, absolutely rapid, brilliant first touch, fantastic shot, great passing. And he is decent enough in the tackle as well. Obviously, he's got something like 62 or 63 stand tackle, which is very, very good. And we'll just quickly turn inside. See that the dribbling is so good. Gareth Bale on a run. Can he score a wonder goal? No, deflected. Oh, that would have been such a good debut goal. Unfortunately, not able to do so. I don't know what sort of touch that was from Kurt Zouma. And it may have let us in for a little bit of trouble here. I'm going to have to track back with Nemanja Matic from midfield, but we do get it back and we'll dink it out to Eden Hazard. And the danger is gone. Well, there's the first chance of the game. Or first two chances of the game. And unfortunately, we're still not quite able to make the breakthrough. Nice ball down the line to Radamel Falcao. He's going to push down the line himself as he's got nobody really in the box to aim for, which is why he's been forced to go backwards to his right back, Fabinho. Bernardo Silva, though, on the ball here. He's a very highly rated player when it comes to the YouTube scene, the career mode scene. Everybody seems to want to get hold of Bernardo Silva in everybody's career mode series. The comment section are full of suggestions saying, sign Bernardo Silva, but Mesut Ozil has gone to Barcelona in this series. He went to Bayern Munich in either the My Player or the Wolfsburg series. I can't remember which one it was, but he has gone to Bayern Munich in one of those series. So clearly Ozil leaving Arsenal is a scripted transfer of some description in career mode. It's just not necessarily quite so scripted with which side that he moves to, but clearly he is getting sold. Obviously, Jerome Boateng is another transfer that seems to get done quite a lot on career mode this year, as it did last year. Last year it was almost... Oh, I'm going to try and dig this over to Pogba and then hit that first time. Not enough power on it. Last year it was almost exclusively Jerome Boateng to Chelsea, but I've also seen Jerome Boateng to Barcelona. I think that was in the Atletico Madrid series that we're doing on stream, although obviously we've been streaming Football Manager recently, and it seems to be they're not quite as scripted as they were before, but they are still pretty scripted. Like David Luiz leaves PSG to go to Arsenal or Barcelona or somewhere in the second season. David Alaba, we've covered, goes to Juventus in the first season. That was a terrible pass. I don't know what you're doing there. Can Pogba try and play it over the top? That was meant to be dinked over to Pogba. That's a real waste. I'm disappointed with that, but Bale's won it back. Let's try a Berber spin to get it on his left foot. No, we've wasted it again. Never mind. Chance is still here, perhaps. Get it out to Bale. No, there's the half-time whistle. Oh, well. I could have had a couple of extra chances there in this first half, but we've definitely dominated so far, and hopefully it won't be long before we can get ourselves a goal, because I really don't fancy going to extra time, to be completely honest, because the fitness of my players isn't the best right now. We could do with having my best players fit enough for the game at the weekend in the Barclays Premier League. Space for Hazard to run into. We will use this space well if we can. Bernardo Silva's not the slowest though, and he's been able to catch me up. Hazard will turn inside. Not got many passing options there, but the ball is still broken free for Hazard to have this pop shot, but unfortunately it's well blocked. I kind of ran out of space there. I was trying to find a pass at some point, but there was always a kind of a red and white defensive shirt in between me and another teammate, so I had to keep just running there with Hazard, and in the end we were able to have a shot, but it wasn't necessarily the most clear-cut of chances. Zuma hopefully will use his strength there. No, but as Piliqueta's gotten in a good tackle, play that to Matic. We'll actually turn back on Matic's left foot. Costa can get this to Fabregas. Fabregas can maybe get it back to Costa. Didn't quite hit it hard enough, but Fabregas with the overhead kick, and it goes well wide. Not quite got the striking instincts there to pull off that sort of shot, but they're going to make a substitution here, are they? No? Oh, it's gone out for a corner. Okay. Oh, they brought on Carlos Vela. Hello, that's a decent substitution. Corner's gone straight to Sebastic. I didn't realise that took a deflection off the defender. Let's take Fabregas off because he's... stamina is pretty poor right now. We'll bring on Ramirez. I'm contemplating bringing on Cuadrado as well, but I want to leave Bale on the right hand side for now, although obviously I suppose I could bring on Cuadrado anywhere really in that front three, but we'll leave things for now. May bring on Oscar even for Pogba at some point in this second half to give him a little bit of a run out so we can see what sort of player that we might A, be keeping, or B, be selling on. Bernardo Silva cutting inside. Not got too many places to run though. They're passing the ball about nicely here actually, Monaco. They worked it out wide towards Carlos Vela, obviously the substitute that's just come on. But we'll try and force them backwards and get an interception if we can. Jeremy Toulon is a very capable holding midfielder, obviously well experienced as well. So when it's not been too easy to break them down, but it's not, you know, on the flip side of that, been overly difficult to actually create chances in this game. Bale's going to make me a run down that right hand side, so we will play it into him, and defender's going to come across, so we will cut inside. But solid challenge. Don't you dare be injured, Gareth. I have not just paid £50 million for you to get injured on your debut. He's back on his feet. Good. That's a fantastic sign. Right, Pogba tried to lay that into I think it was Cesc Fabregas actually pushing forward there. That pass was intended for Diego Costa, but it's gone to Eden Hazard, so it doesn't matter. Gaia can put in an early ball. That's a great cross. Is there a man free at the back post? No, it's cleared away. Still waiting to make the substitution that we wanted to make a moment ago. That clearance isn't the best. See if Hazard can win that header. No. Solid challenge in the air from João Moutinho. Nice ball up to Falcao, but Gaia is there to defend it. Quite comfortable for us so far in a defensive capacity, but offensively, we haven't quite been able to find that clinical chance that we need to take the lead just yet. Although can I play this around the corner to Costa? Turn inside, go for the finesse shot, again blocked, and there is the clearance, and that will be the opportunity to make the change. So we'll be taking Cesc Fabregas off. Let's also bring on Oscar now for Pogba and see if Oscar can change things up for us in these last 15 minutes or so. Raggy down the left-hand side. They've pushed to all-out attack here, I think, and it is really going to cost them here if we can get a ball through to a striking player, which unfortunately not able to do just yet. But here's Oscar, Diego Costa in space. Costa brings it under control. Costa should finish, which he hasn't done. Somehow kicked out wide, the chance to win it in the last minute, and he's just scuffed it. He's gone wide of that far post. That was a really disappointing finish, Diego. I'm quite annoyed at you there, to be completely honest. With 5 seconds to go and only 2 minutes added on, I'm not sure whether we will be able to get a goal in normal time. It looks like we may have to go to extra time to get the victory here, which is obviously, like I said, not exactly what I wanted to do in this particular situation. Comes Bernardo Silva down the left. That's a good early ball into the box, but nice header from Rafael Varane. Oscar brings it down. Gareth, can you make me run, perhaps? They're still, I think, on quite an attacking setting. I'm going to have to just keep moving. Oh, it's really good. Really tight dribbling from Gareth Bale there. Really enjoying that. A lot of players that we've been using so far this year. Oh, he's injured himself there, having the shot. Has he? He has. He actually has. Gareth, no, please. Oh, we saw you get injured earlier on. Please don't tell me I'm going to have to take him off. No, it hasn't forced me to make the change, but he is now moving again, I think, Gareth. Oh, no, he's just walking off the pitch. Oh, I can't believe that. Gareth Bale's going to get injured in his first ever game in a Chelsea shirt. That's madness. I'm so disappointed. We have actually just paid £50 million for someone that's going to get injured immediately, and Germain could have been through there. I actually play this quickly to Diego, knock it down there to Oscar. Eden Hazard can make the run. I wanted to take Hazard off next because he's quite tired, as you can see, but I think it's going to actually have to be Bale that we take off next. I tried to squeeze that through towards Ramirez, and the pass didn't quite come off, but Oscar's got decent dribbling. We'll work it back to his Brazilian teammate, out to his former Brazilian teammate, Diego Costa, who gets tackled immediately by the defender, which is quite frustrating. 10 minutes into the 30 of extra time, and no chances yet to bring you, other than that Bale shot that he ended up hurting himself with. That was not the best of clearances from Kurt Zuma, but Hazard, fortunately, is on the recovery at the far side and just has enough strength to hold off Carlos Vela. We'll play it into Ramirez, or not, or Matic. There we go. Ramirez bursts past the man. Costa can make me a run. Played over the top to him. Hope that he's onside. It wasn't the best of balls, actually. Not quite down the channel that it needed to be to get him in behind there. Bale is still sat off the pitch, and we haven't had the chance to make the substitution now, but I'm a funny feeling, now the ball's gone out, it's going to force me to make the sub, and it is. Well then, Juan Cuadrado, time for you to come on, and that could quite possibly be your final game as well. Do we get to make an extra substitution? No, we're only allowed to make 3. I wasn't sure whether, considering it technically, no, it's not technically a pre-season game, is it really? It is a competitive fixture. That was kind of wishful thinking, really, but Cuadrado comes on for Bale. Cuadrado, obviously, we are hoping to move on, but we haven't, as of yet, had any offers for him, and he may have a say in what happens in the end of this game. Aspie's going to make the run down the right-hand side, is he? No. Cuadrado's going to turn inside then, and there is half-time and extra time. Still no chances to get us a clear-cut goal, but hopefully we can get one before we go to penalties. Fabinho. No chances whatsoever in this second half of extra time so far, but we had one chance in the 90th minute with Diego Costa. Can we have a chance in the 120th minute? We'll try and create one if we can. Oscar's touch there is terrible. We'll drill it out to Aspie to get it there quickly. Then play the ball down the line for Cuadrado, but he's not going to get there. And they've given it away, but no, there's the full-time whistle. It's going to be penalties here in the European Super Cup final. Brilliant. Never mind, they had 2 chances. We had 8. Neither side could find a way through, and it's going to come down to a penalty shootout. Right then. We won the Community Shield last season on penalties. We were able to get Coventry promoted in my player with penalties, although obviously I only took one of them in that particular competition. Oh, what a pen. Went the right way with Courtois, but he's buried that off the post. I'm going to go top right with this one with Diego. Keeper's gone the right way, but he's gone too low. So we are 2-1 in front on the penalty shootouts. Carlos Vela came on as a substitute. Where's he going to go? Do the Matador, show the flag, and he's put it wide, so we now have the advantage in the penalty shootout. Right then, Matic, I'm just going to go straight down the middle, I think, with this one. Hopefully he'll dive out of the way, which he has done. We now have a 2-goal advantage if we can save this one as well, or at least force Moutinho to make a mistake. Maybe, is he going to go that way? He's going to go left, I think. No, he's gone straight down the middle as well. He's done exactly the same to me as I just did to the CPU. Right, Oscar, that's not in the green, is it? Hopefully keeper doesn't go the right way, which he doesn't. Right. This is a good opportunity. Save this, and we win. I'm at Raggy. Where are you going? Courtois, you need to make me a good save here, buddy. Or we need to pressure him into making a mistake, but that's a very, very good penalty. Right then, who's going to get the chance to win it for me? Ramirez came off the bench. I don't really like him too much in real life right now because of the way he plays under Mourinho, but he has done enough here with that penalty to win us the European Super Cup. So we will take it. Thank you very much, Rambo. He's got the captain's armband on as well for some reason, coming off the bench. Oh, he replaced Cesc, who was probably captain previous, wasn't he? So there we go then. That is our third piece of silverware so far in the Chelsea career mode. Community Shield, Champions League, and we followed up the Champions League win with a victory in the European Super Cup that was only qualified for because we won the Champions League. So there's 2 trophies in Season 1 and 1 trophy in Season 2 so far. Hopefully we can add to that in the next few weeks, I suppose, as we head through this second season. But let me know with the straw poll in the description what you think we should do with Oscar, and I will take whatever is done with that straw poll as the final decision when it comes to Oscar. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, and I'll see you next time.
You said often before, Alan, you can't take for granted you'll ever win anything again, so when you do get a winner's medal, as they're getting here and celebrating, just drink it in, milk the moment.
Yeah, it's easy to think that the good times will keep on rolling, but it's not always the case, and I think these players appreciate that.
It's been a brilliant occasion. All credit to the organisers for the way it's staged. It sets it up. It makes it such a theatre for these football performers to go on, and this team didn't fluff their lines, did they?
They certainly didn't, and that's so satisfying as a professional. You can look back to your big moments, the big occasions, and know that you played your part, you played well. Good team, aren't they? And I think there's only better times ahead for this group of players.